welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tina Zink and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And I live in Nova Scotia, Canada. And I love sharing stamping and different card projects, but today I'm going to do something a little bit different. It's been quite a while since I created a video with a 3D project, and the project that I'm going to share with you is one that I made quite a few years ago, and I came across it in my craft room. This is a great gift that you can make for the upcoming holiday season or for birthdays or special celebrations, and you can really personalize this little scrapbook. It's not even a scrapbook, it's like a little pocket photo book. But you could put anything in this little project. You can put photos, you can put love coupons, you could put your favorite quotes, your favorite Bible verses. You could even put little recipes and tuck it in a little gift basket with some homemade goodies. There is so many possibilities for this, and it's so easy, so much fun, and I can't wait to share it with you. So let's get stamping. This is so easy to make, you guys. You're gonna love it. So I am starting with a piece of shaded spruce cardstock. This measures 11 by 4 1/4. So this is the same size as a standard card if you fold it in half. Now I'm gonna take our paper trimmer and I'm gonna slide this in, and along the 11-inch side I'm going to make some score marks. So the first score mark is at 4 1/4. Slide it over 1/4 inch to 5 1/2, and then I'm going to slide it all the way over to 9 1/2. And that's it. The rest is decorating. So I'm just going to fold on these score marks. I could use my bone folder, couldn't I? Let's do that. And like that. So this makes our matchbook, and there are so many different ways you can decorate this. So what I'm going to be doing to decorate is I'm going to use the Wonder of the Season Memories and More card pack. This is on page 31 of our mini catalog, and I have just, well, I'll show you some of the cards, but I've actually just gone through and pulled out a bunch of different designs. And the hardest part is picking the pattern or the sentiment that you want to use. So these are part of the pack, and then we have the larger size. These are going to be so much fun for my photo albums. Super excited. There's all kinds. Look how elegant that is. You could easily make a beautiful card or even put that in a frame and decorate it. Also, there's a whole bunch of stickers. So look at all the stickers in here. I love our Memories and More. I just love them. These are a couple cards that I'm going to be using for the project. Here's some more stickers. All of these are in that Memories and More. You can make an advent calendar. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is decorate the front. So I'm going to keep this project a little bit simple. I'm going to show you a couple of other samples, and then once you have the idea, you can run with it and really make it a lot of fun. So I want this to go on the front of my matchbook. So it reads, "May you never be too grown up to search the skies on Christmas Eve," which I love that. Now this measures 3 by 4. So when I put it on here, part of it is going to be hidden by the flap, which is okay, but I know I'm going to want to decorate those sides a little bit. Now really, it would work perfectly if I had my book going this way, or let's see, this way, because then if you opened it up, you're going to have all your cards in here. So you could do that. Maybe we should do that. Let's do that, because then I've got the other samples to show you where I have it going this way. This flap measures 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to take this from our Memories and More pack and cut it down to measure 4 by 4. I think that's already 4. Yes, it is. Okay, I'm just taking my Stampin' Seal and I'm going to put this right on the front. What direction do I want this to go in? That is the question. I'm going to go in this way because looking at the pattern and then looking at this, I can see that this little figure 8 is going that way. So then that is all going to line up beautifully. So that's going to go on like so. And I don't want to put that on. I'm actually going to trim that down a little bit. Okay, so I have just cut this down to measure 3 by 3. And this is going to go right on front like that. I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. And this is, again, one of the videos where I just, I don't want to say winging it. I'm just creating and I'm having fun and I'm putting the camera on at the same time. So I don't have a design ready ahead of time. I just know what I want to make and then I'm just decorating it and you're watching the process. All right. So again, this could go on like that, but we're going to do this one differently. I'm going to put it on that way. Now let's take a look at the stickers and see if there's any stickers I want to put on this guy before we move on to the inside. So looking through the stickers, I'm thinking I'm going to put the holly on. Yep, I'm going to put the holly. And I'm going to put it on, how do I want that? I'm just going to put it right there like so. Decorates it so pretty. And you know what? This little piece that I cut off of here, I think I'm going to put it on this piece. So this flap measures, I think it's 1.5 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to cut it 1 1/4 by 4 and layer that on. So 1 1/4. And again, I can save this for something else. And that should already be 4. Yes, it is. And of course, you don't have to do this for Christmas. Whoops. You can do it for any occasion. When you see the finished product, it's going to get your wheels turning and you'll see all the different ways you can use this as a gift or for something for yourself. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, I just love it when things come together like that. All right, let's move on to the inside. So I know I'm gonna need my trimmer. On the inside cards, I want to measure 5 by 4 1/4. So I've already pulled out some cards from the Memories and More. And I'm gonna set that aside for now. I almost hate to cut this, but anyways. So it's already 4 across. I'm gonna cut it down to 5. And I don't throw any of these pieces out. Whoops, helps if I cut it all the way. There we go. So that measures 5 by 4. Do the same thing here. And however many pages you want to put in this little matchbook is completely your choice. And these Memories and More cards, oh my goodness, they make your crafting so fast. So we've got 4. Let's see if there's any other patterns. Maybe we'll do 5. Let's see. I'm not going to use this one because I can use that one because I'm going landscape. Perfect. See, I don't want my deer, I didn't want them being sideways, but because I'm going landscape, this is going to work perfect. Okay, so that's good. For some of these, I'm going to add some of these cards. So I'm just going to put that one. No, I'm going to use that side. I'm gonna put this one on here. No, I'm gonna put this one. Decisions. I'm gonna put this one on here. So that's one card. What else have we got? This one. So I'm gonna do a little bit of writing or stamping on these. Haven't decided what yet. Not quite sure what I'm going to put on those yet, but I do think I want to pull some of these in and incorporate some green onto that red. Okay, so now I'm pulling this one in, and I'm going to put this piece, let me see. This little strip that was left over from this, I think is going to look really pretty right here. I don't want to hide the tips of the banner right there. So I'm just overlapping just a little bit. It's looking nice. So this is what we have so far. We've got those three. And now we have these two. So let's take a look at some more stickers. So I'm going to take a gold deer, since deer is the theme of this designer series paper. And I'm going to take the Joy, Joy, Joy banner. Whoops, got two pieces there. And just put that right on top. Like so. And come back to that in a few minutes. Let's come to this one. I'm going to do Let Your Heart Be Light. And I'm going to put that right here. And I'll come back to that one. Going to bring this one back in. And because I've got the holly on here, I'm thinking it might be fun to put a holly on here to tie it all in. So I would say that one's done. And now I need to figure out what I'm going to put on these. So first of all, I'm going to add this strip of leftover card to the center of this one to pull some of the green in. Okay, so I've just pulled this one out of the stack, and I'm going to put that on. So on this one, I'm going to put this on here. Look at that pretty holly. And I'm going to line it up right to the edge along here. And then I'm going to pull in this sticker, which says it's the most wonderful time of year, and I'm going to use dimensionals to put that on. There, so this pulls in some nice greens, and I've got the red on there. All right, I think that's good for decorating. Now it's going to be finishing them off. So I'm bringing in some of our clear faceted stones, gems. Put one on each end of the banner. So there's one card done. These ones where all the decorations on them, I want to do something fun. So this one, I'm going to use the same stones, and I'm going to do, what am I going to do? I'm going to just stagger them on. When in doubt, stagger. It's my theory right now. Oops. There. So it just adds a pop of shine and fun to the card. So I'm going to pull in my Dove of Hope stamp set. And I'm going to stamp May Your Season Be Filled with All the Wonders and Blessings of Christmas. I'm going to stamp here. And I'm going to stamp that with Shaded Spruce. You could use so many different stamp sets in this. Now again, using Dove of Hope, I'm going to stamp the Peace on Earth, also in the Shaded Spruce. And that's going to go right on the center here. And I'm just going to stick with the clear faceted gems for this, just to keep it all kind of themed. These 5 cards. So now it's a matter of just putting them in the order that I want them. So I'm going to start with Let Your Heart Be Light. It's the most wonderful time of year. And then I'm going to put Wishing You Holiday Cheer This Season. And then Believe, which will be my personal message. And then Peace on Earth. And then the last one will be May Your Season Be Filled with All the Wonder and Blessings of Christmas. So that's the order that these are going to go in. Then I'm going to open this up and they all get tucked right in. And that gap that we made lets them fit in there perfectly, like a little book. But now we need to seal these in here. Okay, so there's a couple different things that you can do. You could just wrap ribbon around it and tie it, or you could punch holes in the bottom and put your ribbon. That's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to use our Crocodile, which has, it's been years since Stampin' Up! Carried the Crocodile, but you can use any kind of hole punch. So I'm just gonna have these all stacked in how I want them. I also want to make sure I've got the right distance on the top and the bottom. So there's about 1/8 of an inch on the top and the bottom. Make sure everything's right side up, which it is. And then I'm just going to punch one hole right in the center. Okay, just one hole. Because I'm going to make a one-hole bow. Okay, so I have a piece of our sheer red ribbon. And here's how you do this. And you can do this on your cards and everything. It's so cool. This is older than the Hills. But I think many of us who have been demonstrator for years have forgotten about this. This is so cool, you guys. So you want to wrap your ribbon around the front. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the ends of the ribbon and put them through the back. Okay? So let's make sure it's kind of even. So let's just go ahead and poke this one in first. Speaking of poke, let's grab my Take Your Pick tool, stick that through, pull that through. Okay, I want this to go back across like we had it. Okay, and now this end is going to go through that hole. So if any of you are watching and you've been a demonstrator for a while, or maybe just a paper crafter and you've seen this somewhere else, but I know when I think it would be around the time I first joined Stampin' Up, which was in 2002. It was around then anyhow. Everybody was doing these, and they're just a great way to tie bows. So I've pulled up both ends. Okay, now here's what you do. You want one end to go underneath this piece that's in the middle. And then the other end is going to go the other direction like a cross. And I have more of an end on one side, so I want to kind of pull this up so that these ends are kind of even. So now that I have this ribbon on the center of these two pieces, I'm going to take these ends up and I'm just going to tie it. Look at that. So it's nice and tight, and you can either make a bow or you can just trim the edges however you like. Isn't that a great way to add a bow? And again, this works for your cards, this works for all kinds. So I'm not sure if I have enough to make a bow, to be honest. Maybe I do. I think I do. Perfect. Perfect. So now I'm just going to trim the edges. There we go. So now when I open this up, these are all secure inside, and you can see the designs and the patterns. And this piece that I cut still has Celebrate the Season on the back. You could decorate these, you could write on these reverse sides. This is where I'm going to add my little sentiment. Again, I can decorate this side and then the piece on Earth. That is the reverse side of one of the cards, so that's adding some pretty decoration. And then the stamp. So that makes a beautiful little gift. Now, if you didn't want to do the one whole bow, you could just wrap around some ribbon. You can use some staples. You could do all kinds. Now, one thing I do want to do is add a couple of these gems on the front cover of this. This turned out not too bad. I'm quite pleased, I must say. There. Very, very pleased with that. So let me show you a couple that I made absolutely years ago. So it was when I was going through some of my old cards and things. I have boxes full. I came across this. This is where I got the idea to do today's video. So this is from convention from a few years ago. Let me see. Convention 2011. Amazing, exciting, inspirational, surprises, swaps, prizes, fun, overwhelming. Can't wait to go back in 2012. And then in here, what I did is I printed off pictures of my friends and I and my mom. My mom came up from the States to join us. My friend Kathy, I met her when I was in New Brunswick. My friend Marcia, we met at this convention. She's from New York, and we've become friends. We've been friends all these years ever since. And my mom and my girlfriend Shallon and myself. So this is just a fun memory. And then Tina enjoys the fabulous make and takes. So there I am doing some stamping. Garden hat party at convention kickoff. So I had made everyone Serene Stampers t-shirts, and we're wearing our fun little garden hats. I did it. I reached my goal and earned the trip to Disney World. So that was my first ever incentive trip that I earned with Stampin' Up. So that was exciting. And then Rhonda Wade and I, my hero and awesome trainer. So Rhonda Wade, I could not have gotten to where I have in my business without her training. So this was a really fun trip down memory lane, finding this in my little stash. So I think it's really important to do little things like this for yourself as well, not just to give away as gifts. Do little things like this and they will bring you joy, just like it has for me coming across these all these years later. So let me show you another one that I found, exactly the same measurements, you guys. Now this one, I'm going to say there is an embellishment of some kind on here that's long gone. So that's a bit of a glue residue. But this one, when you open it up, now you'll have noticed obviously that the cards were loose in here, but this one they are secured in just like I did on this sample. So when I open this one up, you'll see the cards don't come out, and I actually added 2 holes, 1 on each side, and then just used my string. I did a die cut to weave the string through. And this is pictures of family. So I've got grandmother, and that's my Grandma Zink, who passed away a couple years ago, and my dad, who I'm super close with, and my brother, and my aunts, my 3 aunts on my dad's side. So my Aunt Bev, my Aunt Val, and my Aunt Maureen, and my dad's wife Shannon. So I have 5 cards in there total. So that's really fun as well, just to have like a little memory booklet. So these were my inspiration for today's project, and just a pleasure to come across these when I was going through some of my stamp stuff. And imagine using, you know, all new products, you know, all these years later to create the same project. And I just think it's so much fun how we can do that. And of course, you know, you can put photos, you can put recipes in this, you can make little recipe books, you can make an envelope page and stick in a little gift card. Like, the possibilities, you can see the possibilities. There's so much you can do with this. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give this a try. I know you're gonna have fun with it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I appreciate you.